Warning concerning our planet's atmosphere. NASA satellites make concerning atmospheric discovery. And they're saying if this goes on, it would be the end of the world as we know it. Fears stoked after NASA satellites made an astounding discovery. It's about the state of our planet's atmosphere. And according to combined data from 3 satellites of NASA, the planet's mesosphere, the atmosphere has been cooling and it's been shrinking at a rate of about 500 feet to 650 feet every year for the last 30 years. The mesosphere extends between 30 and 50 miles above the planet's surface. It's much thinner than the atmospheric layer we live in, the troposphere. Scientists have attributed the worrying phenomenon to effects of climate change, and if nothing happens to change this, if nothing is done to slash the planet's greenhouse emissions, it's expected to continue. James Russell, who was the study co-author, atmospheric scientist at Hampton University in Virginia, said, "Down near Earth's surface, the atmosphere is thick. Carbon dioxide traps heat just like a quilt traps your body heat to keep you warm. The discovery is worrying because it shows that more heat from the surface is making its way to the upper parts of our atmosphere. And once there, any heat captured by molecules of carbon dioxide, CO2, is lost to space, causing the air to cool and contract. And an increase in CO2, which is very efficient at absorbing heat, means more heat is lost to space." Now we have our atmospheric layers being the troposphere from 1 to 100 kilometers, 1 to 50 kilometers, and we have the stratosphere to about 100 kilometers. The mesosphere is from about 100 to 200 kilometers. Then we have the thermosphere, 200 to 300 kilometers, and from 300 kilometers, exosphere, that's where we have our satellites. NASA likened the effect to a balloon shrinking when you put it in the freezer. It's not the only worrying atmospheric discovery scientists have made. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. According to a new report, which is published in Science Journal Advances, lower parts of the planet's atmosphere have risen by about up to 200 feet, 60 meters per year in the last 20 years. The lower parts of our planet's atmosphere rose by 200 feet a year. Researchers at the University of Toronto in Canada made the discovery in the troposphere, which is the lowest layer of our Earth's protective air bubble, the lower area of where we live, of our atmosphere. The troposphere is a key element to maintaining life on Earth. It hosts the oxygen we breathe and about 85% of the atmosphere's mass. It's also the atmosphere layer that most weather occurs, clouds form, and the water cycle brings down rain and snow. But it appears as though human activity has also taken a toll on this part of the atmosphere. Typically, the troposphere is the warmest near the Earth's surface, of course, and the mercury drops the higher thermometers go until they hit the stratosphere. The stratosphere is home to the ozone layer, which traps heat and causes temperatures to rise again. So after the troposphere, we have the stratosphere. After that, we have the mesosphere. Now, according to Jane Liu, an atmospheric scientist at the University of Toronto, volcano eruptions and typhoons can all affect the troposphere's height. But she said, in the long run, though, the two most important factors are tropospheric temperature and stratospheric temperature. The unchecked burning of fossil fuels since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution caused global temperatures to climb at an alarming rate, and NASA estimates the planet has warmed by a little more than 2 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 1 degree Celsius, since 1880, and many projections show the global warming will continue if nothing is done to curb greenhouse emissions. Now, the greenhouse gases we know are things like carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane, CH4. They're being pumped into the atmosphere where they trap heat and cause troposphere to rise. And according to the new studies, the troposphere has risen by about the same rates between 1980 and 2000 and 2020. That's about 164 feet per decade. Professor Liu said all the observational data over this 4-decade period of time tell us the same thing. That it's clear, robust, and strong indication the tropopause height increase. It could have devastating consequences for the planet, according to the expert. Changes to the troposphere can affect the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere, which in turn can further affect Earth's surface temperatures. This is on Express UK by Sebastian Kedley. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.